Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Are we grand? Are we fabulous? Are we amazing? Yes, I know you are. Okay, so what we're going to do, if you are a member of the Bee Crafty Stamps group on Facebook, you will know this. If you are not, you won't. Dave found my notebook, my art journaling notebook, my notebook that I am art journaling in. I'm so happy, because I love all the pages in it so far. So, to celebrate this fantastic thing, we're going to do a page in it. We're going to do a nice quick one, you know. It is Tuesday the 19th of December. I'm sure you're all exceedingly busy.
Hello, welcome to the...
Oh, hello. So, I am going to get cracking. So I thought, yes, we would celebrate the return of the notebook, the art journaling notebook, with a page in it. I think that's brilliant myself. But I'm just very excited that it's here. So I could be wrong. I didn't actually find it. David actually found it. It was actually on the kitchen table, which probably seems like, well, if it's on the kitchen table, you would have seen it. You haven't seen my kitchen table. But I do believe it was there, and it had these three ATCs with it. So I can only assume I took it out to the dining room table. I say that as if it's miles away. It's literally like I could throw something at it from here. Because there's like slidey patio doors, so there's better light. So it was obviously to take pictures of pages for when I put them on YouTube and stuff. And then I obviously just scooched it to the side and forgot about it. But it doesn't matter because it's been found now. So it doesn't matter. So, I was going through and I noticed that for reasons I'm not really understanding, I've skipped this page. And it's very unlike me. Like, to be honest, it's easier, especially when you're on like the first half of the book, to do these pages. But I see the right-hand pages, but I seem to be doing the left. So I can't really understand why. I absolutely love this page with the birdie on it. It's so funky and just a bit all over the place, which is just me. And I remember now when I made this, I said I was going to trim these and I didn't. There you go. Ha-ha. So I'm thinking I might do this page here, because I have noticed I didn't remove any of the pages from this book, so I'm probably going to have to remove the last signature entirely if I ever want it to close. So I thought I might do this one. Whatever. So, messages we've received. I've had some messages. I had a message from Rachel about doing something with other colours of Versafine ink. Now, I've got to be honest with you right now, Rachel. I don't have any other colours of Versafine ink. So that's something I'm going to get and play with and get back to your Try It Out Tuesday suggestion at your earliest convenience. Or I will outsource that to Sally, because I think she has a veritable selection. Okay, so I might send your inquiry to Sally. So there you go. What else? Yes. When do we close for Christmas? It's a very good question. To be honest, we don't really. You can carry on, you know. Obviously, we'll post out till Friday. We won't be posting out Monday, because as fantastic as our post office ladies are, they are not going in Christmas Day. No, they're not. Don't blame them. And I wouldn't vouch that they'll be there Boxing Day either, but we'll probably carry on for the other 3 days, and then same following week. So we'll literally just, when we can't post, we won't post. When we can post, we will. Seems fair. Okay. And what is this closing you speak of? We don't close. This is it. This is what we do. You know. It's kind of like, I don't want to promise you, next week's Try It Out Tuesday will obviously be on Boxing Day. And I don't want to promise you I'm going to do it, but I'm sure as heck not going to say I'm not, because I might need to talk to you by then, truth be told. You know what I mean? I might need to talk to you. So, you might be stuck with me, or at least I'll do it and you can catch up at another time. Alright? So, but you don't have to, obviously. I'm just saying, I might. I may do. Right, so I've got some butterflies in green and yellow. Obviously, this page here is quite green and yellowy, but I've decided I don't really care that much. So I've gone for, because I've got a lot of catalyst papers that I damaged by being careless and rude. And I remember I used this one to show you using D'Inkables, using the positive and negative from the ink as well. So this is added on. So I thought I could use some of these and then we could add a bit of green in just to give it a little bit of something different. Okay, so I think we will do it a little border. I think we will do it a little border. So I'm just gonna rip it. And get a little bit more. One of the advantages of being rubbish and damaging your papers is it does make it, you know, you do feel a little bit freer when it comes to ripping them apart. So look at that. I think that, yes, I've turned it a bit sideways because I did it too short. But then you get the jiggity-jaggedy edges, top and bottom. And let's face it, that's stunning, that is. Stunning. Right, so I'm going to get... Actually, I need a trusted assistant. Caitlin! So she's listening to me. I only have one this evening. Oh, there she is. Thank you, trusted assistant. Would you put some water in that cup for me? Yep. Thank you very much. Okay. So I'm going to get my Distress Collage Medium. I did notice today, thank you very much, my sweetness, my heart, my everything. I did notice today that the Catalyst 2 papers weren't showing because they're out of stock. So, but we do have them, so I've put them back in stock. So if you were waiting for those, they are back in. Okay, so I'm just going to wallop on some collage medium. So if over the break, right, you're thinking, do you know what? I need some brain space. Okay, I need to. All these people that keep talking at me and asking questions, and I've looked delighted and happy at their company all day. Yeah, I need to do something else. Here you go. This. Do this. Okay, and then we're gonna tuck that in quite tight into there actually, and brush over the top to get it nice and flat. Because then it basically just becomes part of the paper underneath then. Yeah? And if nothing else, or I will say, if in a break between when you've got people, or you've got to go and see people, or anything like that, get some of your doodle art stamps out, and just some of your scrap paper, some of your mop-up paper, and stamp them out, and just sit and cut them out. Give yourself 15 minutes, sit and cut them out. It's brilliant. Just give yourself in your head time to reset and whatever, because you never know, it might spark your creativity, and then you've got something instant to work on when you've got back. All right, so I'm gonna get my heat tool. See, I've even been really good and not been leaving my heat tool plugged in. Now I will say I do turn it off at the plug socket because it's on an extension. But I've even been unplugging that and trying to be really good and better. You know. So I'm just going to give that a little heat set. Like I said, I do like to leave these to dry on their own if you can. I just think you get a better finish. But I'm not too stressed about it. Alright, so if you look here where that feathered edge was, okay, it's now just totally blended in. There's no ridge, or if you wanted to stamp on that, which I wouldn't because I've done texture paste the other side, if you wanted to stamp directly on that, it's smooth. It's smooth. You're absolutely fine. Okay, right, let's add in some Inkables. Do you know what? We're actually going to go with some D'Inkables. I'm going to go for set number 2. You know how I'm really unorganised in my craft room's a mess? If you go on the Bee Crafty Instagram, I did a little reel a little while ago that showed you how messy my room was. Things have not improved. Okay, but my Inkables, I tell you what, organisation. So I have a little tub that's got all of my D'Inkable sets in, and they're in sets. Okay, and then my tags are in sets, and then I've got the art journaling, the bullet journaling ones. Very organised. My 6x6s are in alphabetical order. So, you know, and they're what I always refer to. It's not all a disaster area, just most of it. Just most of it, whilst I'm talking about the papers I've so recklessly damaged. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So I'm going to go with some distressed diamonds, I think. And some of the dots, because you just can't beat the dots. See, in this one as well, you've got this awesome chain link and a little circle lattice. So this is available bigger in the 6x6 Inkable. And it's awesome in both sizes. But I'm thinking what I might do is do some blending through the distressed diamonds, and then do some texture paste through the circles. Okay, so this is where I'm going to bring in some more green, but I'm not necessarily going to go green. I might do sort of like a, no, I'm thinking more of like an evergreen buff, because it's an evergreen bay sort of a shade that's on these flutterbugs. So let's grab that, because I think that'll be about right. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my distressed diamonds. And basically I'm going to start off where the paper is and then come in to where the paper is. If that makes sense. So off where the paper is, into where the paper is, and then it sort of brings the two together. Alright. And then I'm going to grab a mini mister. I'm going to spritz that and put it up into that corner. And then again, we get that little waft with the old heat tool. And just got that drip down a little. Hello, you little devil, what are you doing in there? Oh yeah, look. I actually remember telling you I'd forget about that. Wasn't wrong, was I? Okay. Now, you'll see the patterning here where we've inverted it is actually really, really subtle. You can just pick out those diamonds. Brilliant. And that's the sort of thing that brings this catalyst paper that's in the foreground and the background all together. Yeah? Fab. Alright, so from here we're going to go dots with grit paste. Alright, and we're going to get quite a decent sized spatula, because I'm planning to do quite a lot. Now, with this, because it's a regular pattern, obviously you can line it up if you want to, okay? So you can lift it up there. Place it down there. And carry on so that you can go all the way across. Which is why when you're looking at D'Inkables or tag sets or texture discs, don't just look at them for the size they are, okay? Because that would be very similar to looking at a small stamp or, okay, more importantly, a small ink pad and saying, well, that won't fit my big stamp. Well, no, but you move it around and ta-da, as they say. All right. So what I did was I sort of collected up some other cutout bits that were just lingering around my board. I've got more. See, it's the little bits that I haven't been. What else have I got? Oh, see, I've got a little thing there. A bird. What else have I got? Got some journal art elements. That doesn't not go, but I'm not sure. Okay, so it's just. Are you still thinking of my super little one from last week, Sam? Are you jealous? Okay. So you can use all of these things up, and it's sometimes it's a fun exercise to try and say, no, do you know what? I'm going to pick these 4 bits and I'm going to use them all. Okay. So for example, this doodle art mandala has been sat lingering around my desk for a while because it didn't stamp, because I used my old Versafine to do this one, so it's a little bit hazy, okay, the stamping. So I thought I'll make sure I use that today, and then that uses it up. Okay, so I'm just going to give this grip paste a little heat set. You are actually allowed to heat set this. You know when I say we're not forcing it dry, we're just encouraging it dry, well, you are actually allowed to heat grip paste, so that's, you know, so that's nice. But that being said, I would still absolutely just give it time to dry if you have got it. But like I say, if you're just creating a page in a hurry to give yourself a little bit of me time during the festive period, that's totally cool too. Do you know what? I'm going to snip this edge bit off. You know, as I've proven myself untrustworthy to come back and snip bits off to tidy up the page. That looks better, doesn't it? Right, and then we're going to go back to, I still haven't retrieved my collage. Yes, I did. Where did I put it? Oh. No, you didn't need to join in that monologue. You're absolutely fine. All right, so we'll go back to, I'm actually going to grab one of my little wooden stirry spoolies and grab some matte medium for the middle of my doodle art mandala. And that is going to sit right about in the middle of the page. Now, because we have done the texture paste south of the middle, obviously that's going to sit a little bit above it, which is good because it draws your eye and actually makes the page look a bit taller, which is fab. Okay, now, these were stamped, well, 2 of these at least were stamped on book page. Not all of them were, but that one doesn't have any words on it, really, because it was done with the title. You can see it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the one that doesn't really have that many words on it in the middle of that Doodle art mandala. And then I'm going to put the other two top and bottom. Okay. And then, so yeah, so with my Doodle art is probably, at the minute anyway, because you know me, I go through fits and starts between the ranges. But my Doodle art at the minute is definitely the one that I'm stamping and colouring in my downtime, okay? So if I've got some mop-up sheets and whatever, I'll grab Doodle art stamps to stamp them and do that sort of thing with them. Because they're ace and I like to. That's about it. End of convo. Right. I've also got this little sort of asemic Doodle art circle, and this is on the Dancing Daisy stamp that we used. If you were here last week and you saw me start my MDF journal, I am going to finish that, but I did 2 lives on it last week. I did one in Crafting Together as well, so I've done another page. So if you wanted to see how the next page went, I did use the Dancing Daisy, and that's on the YouTube channel if you wanted to go and have a gander. Right, so I'm going to put those circles there, because now we have a long straight and a diagonal. It's kind of like we're playing noughts and crosses in a very bizarre way. Okay. And then I'm just going to put that on there. Now, the main sentiments I've got around is I've got these ones that came with the scene bundle. But obviously most of the words I have around at the minute are Christmas words. Okay, so this comes from the Mixed Messages Christmas set, where it says it's Christmas, let's all pretend to love each other. Okay, but I've used the other bits of, like, for example, it's Christmas and so on and so forth. So I've got to love each other, which I'm thinking we could, if we snip the 2 off, actually, because then we've got 3 butterflies and 3 words. Okay, all about balance, and then kind of makes it look on purpose as well. All right, so we're just going to put some and then that's the words for that butterfly, isn't it? Okay. So I'm going to put that stick to the side. I don't wash the sticks, I just reuse them. Okay. So let's clear some of this stuff out of the way. And then, oh, gone on a bit of a jaunty angle. And then I'm going to get my Pigment Micron. I've got a number 8 here, which is probably a bit bigger than I would normally use for this. Okay, and I probably should have done this before. I'm just going to doodle inside my D'Inkable. And add a bit of that into there. And then I'm going to turn this around to make my life easier. Like I said, I should have done it before I stuck things down really, but here we are. And I'm going to put this in line with the white. And I'm not going to follow a pattern, I'm just going to pick out some random circles, because then it's balanced in every corner. Okay? But you can also, you can pick out other elements in your thing. Okay? So, where's my tab that I stand things on for you to see? So, really, sort of quick and easy art journaling. Okay, using your catalyst papers and things like that. So I would strongly advise that over the festive period if you need a little bit of downtime. But if you don't have that much time, honestly, what I want you to do is grab up all your mop-up sheets. Okay, so I've got a few here. So now I've got like that one. And that one. I think that was going to be a catalyst paper at one stage, but I gave up on it. What have you. And stamp your doodle arts on it. Stamp anything that's sort of open. Okay, we've got a lot of those in the art stamp. Stamp, for example, your birds and butterflies. Stamp your a stitch in time. Okay, so you've got the clock. You know, stamp all of those things on here, and then you can just sit and cut her out. Cut her out. Cut out and give your brain just a little bit of time just to relax, take the pressure off. All right then, guys, so thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I haven't fully decided if I'm doing a live Boxing Day. I am going to see how I feel. If you need any support or anything like that over the festive period, Sam and I are always on the messages. Okay, if you just need to vent at someone, talk to someone, you can do that. Okay, we will reply. Okay, but like I say, we're not closing as such. You can get in touch with us whenever you want. All right then, guys, thank you so much. Bye.